Hey everybody, and welcome to day 284. Okay, so today, yesterday I was on a little under 2,000 calories because I was a little bit heavier than I needed to be. Again, Saturday needs to be my low days. I need to average losing at least 1.5 pounds every week, and I dropped some weight from the 1,800 to the 2,000 calories, but not enough. I was still at 214.6 today, and I need to hit at least 212 flat tomorrow. So today we're going to be on 1,000 calories here. You know, again, obviously, like I say, I've never trained someone that needs such high fluctuations between bulks and cuts. But for me, my body just adapts to the stimulus that I throw at it very quickly, and everything just starts shutting down and starts burning less calories because it knows what's happening, trying to survive. Like, obviously, it's a big genetic factor. You just know and realize how your body's going to respond and then adjust accordingly. Like, I was having this talk with Alien Frog King the other day, and super lean guy, and he was saying, it's a genetic thing, and I definitely agree. Having energy at a low body fat and what that feels like on you, 100%, it's a genetic thing, which is why it's easier for certain people to get overweight, right? Because as they start to lose some weight, it just feels devastating for them. So even if they're intending or they think that they're eating less calories, they're just gonna find a way to eat those more calories or burn less energy, be less active, whatever, because it just feels uncomfortable. It's hard, right? And that's why, like, for me, the other like low intensity things that some people do in a cut don't work for me. Because let's say I want to go for an hour of walking and now I can eat 1,200 calories. All of my energy is needed to do the thing that's going to help me maintain as much muscle and strength as possible. I'm not going to be motivated to go do more activity even though I get to have more calories. I need to spend all of my energy into doing this thing that's going to reap me the biggest benefits here. But those standing knee raises went from 13 to 15 reps with 85 pounds. It was a PR. Now we'll talk about the Zercher squats, and then I'll recap some at the end. All right, I'm going to try to do this to see if you guys can see. So with all my clothes on the scale by myself, 217.4. And now we'll hold the bands right about the same height where it comes off the rack at. About 281.4. So that's 64 pounds for each side roughly at the bottom. Now we'll try to do and see at the top. I couldn't quite get it high enough, but it was somewhere around 374. It was peaking when I was getting it up higher. Okay, so obviously I couldn't get it perfect, but just for ease, let's say it's 60 pounds at the bottom per side and 160 pounds at top per side. So we're adding 120 pounds of band tension that's already on the bar when the bar is at the bottom, and 320 pounds when the bar is at the top. Now, these are the last 2 sessions that I did. That was 1 plate with 6 chains and then 2 plates with 3 chains here. So I did 5 reps the first set, 6 reps here on the second one, the second session. They were both done under fatigue. The first one was after speed work, and this one was done after a set of 15. So today we did it, I did it after all my other accessory work. But basically it was about 35 pound jump in performance there. And we're hoping for another 30-pound jump in performance today to do it in a more fresh state. So the top set we're gonna do is actually 310 pounds of straight weight on the bar, and at least 120 pounds at the bottom and 320 at the top. So that would make it 430 at the bottom, 630 at the top. Would feel approximately like 530 pounds if you were doing straight weight. So that on that second set, you see the bar walked out really far. So I was worried about these plates sliding off. I put a second clip on. Here we go.
This is why I use chains on them. Those almost kicked off. If those kick off when I go to lift, it's gonna flip over on me at 100 miles an hour. And this part of the rack is gonna go straight into my shins.
Okay, so 6 reps. We got what we came for. I was happy about that. I honestly was surprised when I weighed the band tension afterwards. I didn't anticipate them being that heavy. Again, it's a rough estimate of what I would be capable of on straight weight. I've never pulled this position straight weight, so maybe I can't do 530 for 6. Maybe I can only do 500 for 6. Who knows? Don't know, don't care. Yeah, the bar coming down on the pins without chains, it being heavier at the bottom and it pulling down fast. Very easy to bend the bar. I bent the sleeve even more on this bar that's already bent. If I were to pull this straight weight or something, I would do it on mats, but I would still want it to be set up inside the rack because, like you saw the set where I got Bambi legs and fell back, you have the bar sitting up in your chest. The last thing you want to do is fall backwards while you're exhausted with 500 pounds on your chest. And again, I still think this exercise is flawed. It's a deadlift. It's not a squat, again, because your body transitions at a certain point. On the left side, my ribs were feeling better because it was my hip out of place that was aggravating it. However, there was a lot of pressure on the outside of my left hip today where the like the femur is and the socket and the left IT band, all of that, which, yeah, that was okay. But it's being out a little bit there. There's some pressure on the left side, lower back, and feels very close to being sciatica. So I just wanted to play those Zercher squats safe. Lowering it, I felt it some on some of the reps. But again, I was happy to have pulled 6 reps there, especially after weighing the band tension and figuring out how much it was. And yeah, basically the only plan, survive the night, have food, my normal morning meal in the morning, and see what we can do tomorrow, and then get my cheat meal. So that'll be the end of week 4 of the diet so far. Anyway, that's all I got. Thanks everyone for watching. Talk to you guys tomorrow.